Once Louis switches partners, Nina might as well be toast. Whether it's threats or deals, Nina has zero leverage over Louis, she's just along for the ride. However, our lone wolf Louis isn't having it easy and hits the roadblock soon enough. Earlier, he tried to recruit a colleague thinking it would expand the team, but that double-edged sword just kept outpacing him. When he can't nab any hot off the press footage, Louis ends up having to submit some old school boring crash videos instead. Nina lost it and unleashed a storm of expletives, leaving Louis feeling like a dog. He could only sulk back home and vent. To turn things around fast, Louis sneaked a GPS tracker under a colleague's car the next day. This way, he could track in real time. If no incident popped up, that car would be parked like a lazy cat. So as long as he saw the signal zooming, he could play follow the leader, at least arriving at the scene together. Little did Louis expect to tailgate right into a colleague's car in a mad dash for their exclusive vid. His co-worker sped and crashed. After a moment of sympathy, Louis quickly whipped out his gear and started filming his injured colleague like it was a feature film. Once that gig was over, he caught wind of a braking and entering alert. Since the target wasn't far, he zoomed over in mere minutes, and just like usual, Louis busted in the villa like a superhero. Just stepped in, boom, gunfire. Though startled, he instantly flicked on his camera. Next, two assailants bawled it out, and hiding Louis managed to capture their faces and even noted down their ID. Once the crooks left, he dashed into the crime scene. There was a dropped weapon by the door, and a female victim was sprawled on the lobby couch. Following Snow White up to the second floor, he found another male body in the bedroom. In under 5 minutes, Louis had the entire crime scene filmed. Rounding the dining table to the kitchen, he found another body. After shooting, he rushed to find Rick. On his way, Louis glanced back at Rick, darted aside for some footage, and then didn't stick around for a second longer. He had to flee with Rick. As they turned the same way, a police car zoomed past them, and as they hit the main road, Louis pulled over like he'd seen a ghost. On the roadside, he edited and backed up the footage, secretly masking the crooks' faces and license plates like a ninja. This explosive breaking and entering video was, for Nina, like finding a life raft in the ocean. Upon seeing such bloody footage, instead of recoiling in fear, she was pumped. First, it was an absolute exclusive. Second, with the culprits on the run, this news was bound to keep the buzz alive. Ad rates would skyrocket. Buzzing with excitement, Nina shooed everyone away to negotiate with Louis, only for Louis to demand a whopping 100 right off the bat. Now, that's an astronomical sum for a news clip. After haggling for ages, Louis stood firm, demanding at least 15. Nina flat out refused, offering only 10. Louis turned to leave upon hearing this. He knew Nina would eventually budge. Once she did, 15 wouldn't even come close to covering it. I'm gonna start chatting them up. Well, I will begin engaging with them in conversation, still holding out hope to finalize the agreement at that price. This saves time, so when I mention a special number as my bottom price, that's my bottom price. Just ensure that I can arrive there without encountering any hitches. I really want them, and I truly don't want to have to ask again. Ultimately, I sincerely and earnestly hope you can do what I ask. Let me tell you, my car's completely flopped tonight. It was just a heap of wires, but it can ruin a typical night. I'm willing to risk it no matter the stakes. Nina was totally won over by Louis, and first thing next morning, she introduced him to the whole team and ushered him into the newsroom. This exclusive scoop on the murder case was a massive hit. It put Louis on the map, and he was quite pleased with himself. But the next day, the cops came knocking again, and Louis saw it all coming. He cooperated with a grin, claiming he was right nearby during the incident and just wanted to help when he heard the alarm. Who knew he'd walk in to find everyone dead? As for the assailants, he didn't catch their faces or remember the plates. The cops of course didn't buy his tall tales. But he wasn't the killer, so the police could only take some notes and grab his video backups. The footage taken was like the aired one. Once they left, Louis kicked off his next plan. He remembered the faces of the killers from his footage and zoomed in on the license plates. He ran a registration search on the plates to track the car. That night, Louis dragged Rick along on the hunt. Soon, they spotted the crook's car, and Louis explained they'd just wait for the bad guys to emerge, then track them to a crowded spot before calling the cops. That way, they'd score some first-hand police chase footage. Last time, he saw the murder scene video for 15. This crime flick would start at 50. Rick was blown away by this, wondering how Louis even dreamed up such a plan. The kicker? Rick would be risking his neck for a measly few bucks. He thought if Louis didn't agree, he'd take a hike. Hearing this, Louis thought it over briefly and relented to Rick's demands, but he was plotting something else in his mind. He then instructed Rick to take a short breather.